What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today we're going over the Going Gear EDC Club Premium subscription for November 2025. Really fun box this month. Before we get into it though, for those that aren't familiar with the Going Gear EDC Club, they offer two tiers to their subscription. Your standard tier is $60 a month plus shipping. Comes with 2 to 5 EDC items each month, or you can opt for the premium. The premium runs $200 a month plus shipping, includes everything that comes in the standard, but you're also going to get at least one additional, what they consider to be premium EDC item. Check out my Going Gear EDC Club playlist if you're curious what's come in some of the previous months. That goes all the way back to the first premium box that they ever offered. I'll also make sure to drop a link down in the description of the video where you can find this subscription if you're interested in checking it out for yourself. Let's get into November of 2025. We'll start with our standard as usual. We'll go from lowest value to highest value before moving on to our premium. So up first we have an unlisted item, which is a sticker. Mine was the "Bought a Knife, Don't Tell My Wife" sticker that's on the table. Really funny one. I've actually gotten it before, but I think these are just random stickers that they've offered in the past. And so yours may be a different sticker, but make sure to look out for that in the packaging. Really fun sticker there though. For the first listed item, we get the Nite Ize doohickey rope and twine cutter. And I'm a fan of Nite Ize. This is listed at $14.99. A keychain style tool that's actually modeled after a key. You can see those aluminum handles are in the same shape as a key. Lockback knife on here. It does come with one of their S-binders, which is great. Great to get an additional one of those. I always have one of these on my keychain. Every time I change the configuration, it starts with one of these S-binders and then I go from there. So definitely happy to get another one of those at the very least. Now the tool itself is a combo edge. So instead of a tip, we get that hook blade, which is perfect for cutting through rope and twine. But we also have a straight edge in the belly of the knife here. So we still get that belly, we just don't have the tip on it. And that's gonna make it a lot less intimidating. If this is on your keychain and you pull it out at the office, no one's gonna bat an eye. But for most of us that are subscribed to the Going Gear EDC Club, we're probably already carrying a cutting tool, so this might get overlooked for that. But I probably will throw this on my keychain, just see how it goes. I'm also one of those people that obviously is always going to be carrying a knife, but it can't hurt to have them. Maybe you have to leave your knife in the car because you're going through a metal detector or something. They usually don't check your keys that thoroughly, so if this is on one of your keys, you should be fine. And I passed through tons of keychain style knives on my keychains without ever having one be confiscated, so kind of a good use case for it there. Again, valued at $14.99. Feels a little bit like a throw-in item, but I don't mind seeing it because it's not eating up a lot of the value of our box, and we have a really great standard this month. So moving on to item number 2 in the standard is from a company called SRM, Stay Ready for More. We've gotten a couple of their knives in previous Going Gear boxes. They make really great budget knives. This one comes in at $24.95. It's the model 9201-PJ. No idea what that PJ stands for, but good looking knife. I love the orange scales on it, and everyone should get the orange. I'm not sure if everyone's gonna get the forest green that we saw on the doohickey, but everyone should get the orange as mentioned specifically in the letter. FRN scales here, I like the shade. It's kind of a more peachy color to it, not that high-vis orange that we're used to. And so it stands out a little bit just because it's not really like anything else that I have. The FRN scales actually have that repeating SRM pattern on there, so the texturing here is just this repeating triangular shaped SRM logo. So that's a really cool touch as well. Have an integrated lanyard loop in the back spacer back here. We have a reversible deep carry pocket clip, which is nice, making this knife fully ambidextrous, as we have that thumb hole that you can open with your thumb or middle finger of your left or right hand. And of course their ambi lock, which is their style of the crossbar style lock. And nice action on this one. You can see flicks open really nicely with that clip point style blade. 8CR13 MOV on the steel, which I have no problem with at that $25 price point. Again, really good action. One thing they do really well actually is this crossbar style lock. So we've received, I think, 3 different, would be the 4th SRM knife from Going Gear. 3 of them have been crossbar style locks, and they do a really good job, especially at the price point. But even if these were a more expensive knife, that action feels really great for a crossbar style lock. It's not mushy, there's no stick or anything like that. It's super smooth action, especially again at that price point. But even at a higher price point, I would find that to be very satisfying action out of this one. So pretty cool inclusion. It's a larger knife. I don't know the exact length, they don't list it in the letter, so we'll get to that when we do the video, but probably about 7.5 to 8 inches in overall length. So a little bit on the larger side, but still in that EDC category to be sure. Now, last item in the standard, we get 3 items this month, is from Teneal. You may know them as a sister company to Concept, their budget line. This one's kind of towing the line in between Teneal and Concept, so a little bit on the higher end of that budget line with the Teneal Bomber. And this is a beast of a knife. It's designed by Midgard's Messer, which if you're familiar with them, they build these robust, just overbuilt folders. And this one's no exception. It's kind of in the same vein as like a PMP or a Medford knife where they're just bricks. And so not really my style of knife, to be honest, but I'm excited to get this in the box. I like getting stuff that I wouldn't normally pick up myself. Maybe I'll carry it and find out that I love these huge oversized knives. The thing that really draws me away from them is primarily the weight though. They're very thick and beefy and perfect little work knife, but they are going to weigh down your pocket quite a bit. You can hear that action on that thumb hole is incredible. Super snappy, and it's kind of like the Juggernaut. Once it gets going, it just has that momentum and it just drops for you or opens for you. So super but satisfying to fidget with. Sorry for the stutter there, but super satisfying to fidget with. Kind of a unique pocket clip that does not look like it would be reversible, obviously. And so I'll have to check the box if it includes the extra pocket clip for a left-hand carry or not. Doesn't look like it's set up for left-hand carry though, as is. We do have the lanyard hole on the back, the thumb hole, the fuller, which is perfect for those middle finger flicks. It kind of looks like it would be a front flipper. I haven't been able to front flip this. Maybe you can. You can see the jimping doesn't extend all the way around it, so I don't know that that was really meant to be a front flipper. Like I said, I'm sure someone who's really good at front flipping these knives can flip that open, but in the couple hours that I've had it, I've just kind of been fidgeting with it and haven't been able to roll my thumb over that one to deploy this. So again, not sure that was intended as a deployment method. However, the kind of standout feature on this version in particular is that this is a Going Gear exclusive. We get these exclusive scales with that 90s jazz cut pattern. Anyone who grew up in the 90s recognizes that. And if you watch my channel with any regularity, you know that I'm a sucker for nostalgia from the 90s and 2000s. So that's the era that I grew up in. And so I absolutely love these. I think this is super cool. This knife is valued at $79.95. And like I said, I'm going to give it a chance. Even though it's not my style of knife, I'm really excited to spend some more time and see if it really grows on me carrying these big, robust folders. But let me know what you think of this one down in the comments below. Now, getting into our premium. So that wraps up our standard. The standard value was $119.89. So essentially double what we paid for it. So we pay $60 plus shipping, so obviously it doesn't double the shipping, but essentially 200% of the value of what we paid on the standard. So really solid value this month. I think a great lineup overall. My one kind of qualm with it, I guess, is that it felt like each item sort of overshadowed the last because they're all in the same category. So we have this combo edge on the Nite Ize, but then we get the SRM, which just does everything it does a little bit better. And so really like the SRM a little bit more than the doohickey. And then we get that Bomb Burr, that big beefy knife and super fun scales on it, and it kind of overshadowed the SRM to me. And so it felt like each item sort of overshadowed the last one, which maybe wouldn't be the case if they were each in different categories. But again, that value is definitely there, and the items are all super cool on their own. And so I think a win for our standard. Getting into the premium, only one item this month. Not always means that you're going to get a super premium item. This time from Miguron, and this is the Pagos 2. Super good looking knife, super sleek. Kind of the opposite of what we've seen from everything in the standard box. Definitely has that ultra premium feel here with the extra carbon fiber handles, titanium with the milling on here. Thumb stud deployment on this one, as well as that front flipper. Super smooth action. This one is very, very crisp, and you have that great acoustics on it as well. So sounds great, feels great, ultra smooth. It definitely feels like a step up from the other knives in the box, just in terms of the fidget factor, the overall quality feel to it. This is valued at $209.88, so that obviously makes sense. Really good looking knife in my opinion. I love the look of the blade. I love the kind of slimmer profile. The inlays look great. They're not overdone and obviously really pop against that titanium. That milling on the titanium also stands out as a really nice feature and feels great as well. It adds a little bit of texturing to it. A little bit smaller than all of the other knives in the box this month. Now that brings the total for the premium, if you include all the standard items, up to $329.77. And so again, over 150%. That's usually my target. Obviously the standard got to 200%. But I typically am targeting 150% of the value with items that I actually like. If there's items that I don't like in there, I want it to go a little bit higher. So I'm getting more than what I paid for, because the big downside of these is you don't get to choose the items. And so that may not make sense if you're just keeping them for yourself. I think in the sense of doing YouTube videos on them and then reviewing each of the knives separately, it does make a lot of sense for me. But you could always just go pick one of these up without spending the $200 on a mystery item. The one advantage though is that if all of the items do hit for you, you're getting an insane value, a lot less than what you would pay for these individually. Would love to hear your thoughts on this month's box down in the comments below. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, checking out some other content. All helps the channel out a ton, and I hope you have a great one. Take care.